Yung pag-uusapan po natin today ay Psalms 11. Actually, maikli lang tong psalm na to. And kagaya nung ibang mga psalms na pinag-aaralan natin, um, tumutukoy siya dun sa isang tao na nag-undergo ng mga trials, ng tests, and dumudulog siya kay Lord, no, para maisalba siya, para ma-save siya dun sa nangyayari. Basahin natin yung buong psalm. Anyway, maikli lang siya. So let me read it for you. Psalms 11, to the choir master of David. In the Lord I take refuge. How can you say to my soul, flee like a bird to your mountain? For behold, the wicked bend the bow. They have fitted their arrow to the string, to shoot in the dark at the upright in heart. If the foundations are destroyed, what can the righteous do? The Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord's throne is in heaven. His eyes see, his eyelids test the children of man. The Lord tests the righteous, but his soul hates the wicked and the one who loves violence. Let him rain coals on the wicked, fire and sulfur and a scorching wind shall be the portion of their cup. For the Lord is righteous, he loves righteous deeds. The upright shall behold his face. Ayan. So, yan lang po, no? 7 verses lang yung Psalm 11. So, tingnan natin yung mga naunang verses. Sabi, sabi dito, in the Lord I take refuge. So, sa simula pa lang, sinabi na nung psalmist na ano man yung pinagdadaanan niya, kasi marami siyang kinatatakutan, maraming humahabol sa kanya, no? Sabi, in the Lord I take refuge. So, even if marami yung mga kalaban niya, marami yung humahabol sa kanya, marami yung mga wicked na nagpo-prosper at gusto siyang patayin, sa Panginoon siya talaga kumukuha ng lakas at doon siya nagtatago. Kaya sabi nga niya dito, how can you say to my soul, flee like a bird to your mountain? Parang sinasabi niya, paano mong sasabihin sa akin na magtago ka doon sa kabundukan? Kasi ayan na yung mga masasamang tao, ready na para patayin ka. Ayan, oh, the wicked bend the bow. They have fitted their arrow to the string to shoot in the dark at the upright in heart. So, sabi niya, kahit pa alam ko na ako ang target ng mga masasamang loob, kahit pa alam kong marami akong kaaway na gustong pumatay sa akin, it is in the Lord that I take refuge. Hindi ako magtatago. Sabi dito, if the foundations are destroyed, what can the righteous do? So, anong ibig sabihin nito? Tignan natin dun sa footnote. Ayan o. Or for the foundations will be des- or for the foundations will be destroyed. What has the righteous done? So, kung tutuusin natin, hindi maaaring masira, no? Hindi maaaring masira ang foundation para sa isang taong nananalig sa Diyos. The foundations of a righteous person will never be destroyed. Hindi ito hindi ito mangyayari kasi ang foundation ng isang righteous na tao ay ang Panginoon. Sabi sa verse 4, the Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord's throne is in heaven. His eyes see. His eyelids test the children of man. This means the Lord knows what is happening to His children. And nakikita niya yung actions nung masasama at nung mabubuti. And as He sits in His throne in heaven, hiwalay siya. He is above what is happening here on earth. Hindi siya, hindi siya nasusway or um, hindi siya maaaring masira o hindi siya maaaring maapektuhan nung mga ginagawa ng mga evildoers dito sa ating paligid. Because He is set apart. He is in heaven. And nakikita niya yung mga nangyayari, pero He uses these things, kahit yung kaaway, ginagamit niya para matest ang mga tao. Sabi sa verse 5, the Lord tests the righteous. So, ibig palang sabihin nun, hinahayaan ni Lord na dumaan sa mga pagsubok yung yung mga righteous, no? Yung mga taong mahal niya, no? Ayaw niya sa mga wicked, dun sa mga mahilig sa violence, no? Nakalagay dito, his soul hates the wicked and the one who loves violence. Pero pinapayagan niya yung taong yun para matest yung believers. Um, we know that God does not shield believers from difficult circumstances. He examines or tests both the righteous and the wicked. Minsan, yung mga test ng Panginoon nagiging parang refining fire, no? Kung alam natin yung silver, di ba? Yung silver, para maging pure siya, inaalis lahat ng mga dumi na nakakabit sa kanya. Inilalagay yon sa mainit na apoy, yung refiner's fire, kung tawagin nila, until maging pure yung maiiwang silver. Ganon din yung ginagawa sa atin ni Lord. He sometimes allows us to go through a refining fire. So, wag nating i-ignore or wag nating kalabanin yung mga tests or challenges na napupunta sa atin. Gamitin natin ito instead as opportunities for us to grow and to get to know the Lord more. Sabi dito, let him rain coals on the wicked, fire and sulfur and the scorching wind shall be the portion of their cup. Eventually, yung kasamaan, yung mga wicked people, eventually they will reap what they sow. Magkakaroon din ng judgment ang Panginoon sa kanila, pero hindi natin hawak kung kailan mangyayari yon. Basta maniniwala lang tayo, magtitiwala lang tayo na vengeance belongs to the Lord. Kaya kung masama yung mga tao, wicked sila in their ways, hindi sila sumusunod kay Lord, bahala siyang magbigay ng parusa sa kanila. In the end, the Lord will mete out his justice. So he may rain coals on them. He may heap suffering and other forms of destruction upon their head, no? Pero hindi natin nga kontrolado at hindi natin alam kung kailan at paano mangyayari ang mga yon. Basta ang alam natin sa verse 7, it says, "For the Lord is righteous. He loves righteous deeds, and the upright shall behold his face." So I think yung pinaka mahalaga dito sa verse na to, yung pinakahuling sinabi, "The upright shall behold his face." Even in the Old Testament, isa sa pinaka uh, pinaka-wish ng mga tao, even in Old Testament times, is to behold the face of God. Yung makita nila kung ano yung itsura niya talaga. To see His face. Kaya nga, di ba, yun yung hinihiling dati ni Abraham, ni Moses, ng mga prophets. No? Let us behold your face. No? Gusto nila talaga makita yon. So, yung pinaka-blessing ng righteous na tao is that he or she will behold the face of God. So if there is anything that this psalm tells us is to just remain faithful and wait in the Lord. Na kahit na marami tayong mga pagsubok na dinadaanan o kahit na meron pa tayong mga kalaban, surrounded tayo ng mga kalaban, hindi tayo kailangan matakot, hindi tayo kailangang magtago because the Lord sees, the Lord knows, the Lord allows these things to happen to test us. And we have to take heart because we know that the Lord is faithful and righteous. And if we are patient and faithful to Him, eventually we will behold His face. Yun. So, yan lamang po ang masasabi natin para sa Psalm 11. Kung meron po kayong gustong i-share, um, pwede po tayong mag-share. Uh, yan. Yun lang po.